Let's see if I know how to do this anymore. I don't have space to sit like this. I'm actually gonna review some exciting stuff today, which are the Suva Hydraliners, which is something that someone, I'm not quite sure if they're subscribed to my channel. If you are, then hello! But basically someone did comment on one of my videos being like, oh, would you ever review, you know, these guys? Because I'm very curious how they're looking like and how they perform and da-da-da-da. And here we are today. The day has come and I'm gonna use these guys. Disclaimer, it is not the first time I'm using them. I actually used these guys once for a TikTok video, while Space Panda has a proper hole into the pan. It's not something, you know, it doesn't mean that I freaking love it. But anyways, if you want to see swatches and how they look like and how I use them really, then stay tuned. Yeah. So before actually jumping into it, I'm just gonna tell you a bit about the prices, how they work out, and obviously how they look like. So I actually did film them by the time I did not even touch them, so you can see how they originally look like. They still look quite the same, to be completely honest, but it's just more satisfying because they look brand new. Now they don't look brand new. So this is how this one looks like. This one is the UV Brights, and it has also a mirror. It also comes with a brush, which is extremely thin, and I think it's good value for the money because you pay £24 for 2, 4, 5 shades. Obviously a very nice compact kind of, what is it called, packaging. Wow, that took a while. Usually these big pots individually, they're like $12.50, and it's much better to get like more options. They are much smaller. I'm not quite sure how many grams each has. The big one has 10 grams, while the small ones have 2 grams each, which is a huge difference. But obviously it's like 10 grams in total. That's why they're actually not that expensive if I'm thinking about it right now. I think they do, you know, £24 is worth it when it comes to the way it's kind of like thought about having also the brush, plenty of shades to choose from, a mirror, and how compact they are. The next one is upside down. The next one is the Hydra FX palette in UV Taffies, and this is how this one looks like. Again, a brush, 5 shades. They are more pastel-y and they look like so. And obviously, if you did not know, these are UV light activated, and I'm actually going to show you a demonstration of how they look like into the pan with a UV lighter. I actually got this huge lighter, and I've seen now, it's a recent thing, they also do sell themselves a tiny UV lighter. I did not know of. I've got no clue what's the pricing of it, since I already bought myself one, like a huge one. I'm not gonna buy that one too. So let's see, this is how they look like. They are sick. They are literally like, oh my god, insane. I really love how they look like. They are so cool. It's unfortunate we don't have festivals where to go and show them off, really. That's a bit depressing. Also, one thing to mention is that they are water activated, so I'm doing it now. Is literally not coming, like, they don't come off because they are water activated, which is so great. Like, I always grab this guy and I don't have to put it in the liquids because I do travel a lot with the airplane, and I don't have to put it into the liquids, which is amazing because I always have a really hard time to break up with my makeup collection and just get, you know, the essential. And this, it's not into the category where it drives me crazy because they are liquids. One thing that I've seen also suvabeauty having is always like a what is it called? I have no idea what's the term for these, but I have this from a serum that I got from Superdrug, and I keep it with water. Obviously I do throw it immediately after I finish with my makeup and using these guys. I don't leave the water like here for ages. I just refill it whenever I'm using these guys. So right, I'm gonna actually grab the brush from them because it's very thin, and I'm gonna start doing my eyes. So let's shall begin. I'm gonna swatch also every single shade by around the end of the video, but I'm gonna leave in the description down below the time it starts, because maybe you want to rewatch that over and over and over again to decide which one would you grab. So right, I grabbed water in here, and now I'm taking the Taffy palette and put a tiny bit of water, let's say, into the... I did not use the purple at all, so let's put some water into the purple. As you can see, I just drop like 3 drops is enough, maybe even less. Take the brush and literally disperse the water around. I'm not profi at this, like I know there are other people working much better with these types of products, but I don't know, maybe this will help you out to decide whether it's worth your coin or not. So I took it on the brush, and what I do is if I feel it has too much product on, I just kind of like make strokes over here to see. And oh my god, look how thin that brush is. Can you see? It's actually very thin, and that color looks amazing. So let's do something with it. Right, so I used the shade Smarty Pants, and it actually looks like a beautiful kind of lilac movie pastel-y. It's purple, like a pastel purple. I think that's the best description ever, and it looks amazing. I really love how it looks like. The brush is amazing, very thin, very cute, and as you can see, the product starts to kind of dry a bit. I'm not quite sure if you can properly see. It kind of starts to dry a bit, and that's the best consistency if you ask me. I put a few drops of water and I try to disperse it all over the kind of like rounded bit, because if it's too watery, obviously it's gonna be hard to work with. So that's one thing I would say, is if it feels too watery, just allow it to dry a teeny tiny bit, so it will feel more of a kind of like gel texture. I'm also gonna do some freckles, just to have some fun. One amazing thing about cleaning the brushes after using these types of products is because since it's water activated, only a cleansing wipe will do the job. So what I do is just take it and properly give it a good squeeze, making sure I'm gentle with it, because obviously I want to keep its tip and the bristles to stay in place as they would do. So I'm just very gentle with it. Right, so let's use the dark purple in the bright one. Again, taking the water in from this guy, apply 1, 2, 3 drops, disperse it with the brush. And also you can do this, you know, like kind of like guideline the water to go around, but it's easier with the brush really. It's still kind of like liquidy, but I'm allowing it a tiny bit of time to get a bit more like less watery. And if you feel you're not working too well with the product, which actually is happening now with me, I just add a bit more water. So this is the result. Let's move on with another one. Now I want to take this shade, which is Cuddle Cake, and maybe do some stars on my face. Let's see how that's gonna work out. These ones are like more, it makes me feel very nostalgic, because I used to love painting. It's just, at least in Romania, we did not have at that time a specific teacher when we were very small for painting. So our teacher instead, like the, you know, the first 4 years where you only have a teacher for everything. That teacher forced us to do maths and literature and grammar instead of painting, when we actually had the hour for painting. And it makes me feel very nostalgic, because I feel that's why I even love doing makeup, because the time where I could paint was taken from me because of that person. And really, these products remind me so much of that, because obviously they are water activated. Yeah, not too bad. The brush is helping me out a lot. The only thing I would say is, because I'm using such fine strokes with it, is you have to go a bit back and fill it in. Oh, this is so tiny and cute. Oh my god. This is so kawaii, I swear. There's also some dots. Just like, as if there are tiny stars around. Ooh. I'm gonna make one more here. Perfect! So now moving on with another shade. I'm gonna use the white one, which is not UV activated, but it's the one that made me buy these two guys as well. And that fell apart. It has a dent into it, as you can see, so I kind of love it. I really do. And I'm planning to do like a kind of a crease, cut crease over there, like something like something like that. That actually looks quite cool. I watched one of Hosie's tutorials where she does something like this crazy, and I'm like, that looks so fun on her. Why don't I do it more often? So here's me doing it today. I decided to highlight a bit my lips. Looks cool. I want to go now with Smoosh, which is the neon hot pink, and apply it somewhere around my eyes again. This turns much cooler than I was expecting. So yeah, I love it. I really do. I think you can be very much super fun with these guys, and you should not care about what other people say to you. Although you might look like a kid finding for the first time paints for their faces. Alright, I'm gonna use some pastel blue, the mini monster over here, and I'll see what I'm gonna do with it, and then I think I'm just gonna finish off the look because I really like how it looks so far. I don't want to mess it up with it, and obviously I'm gonna show you swatches so you manage to still see all of the colors, how they look like. It's done! Like, it's literally done. This is so much fun. Like, this is so cool. Let's see. Oh my god, can you see how like neon-y this looks? These are so cool for a festival or whatever. Obviously the white, it doesn't do anything, but this, you can definitely see they are neon-y. They look much better in real life, I must say that. They definitely look much better, which is a shame, but you'll still be mesmerized. I was still mesmerized online how they look like, and I'm gonna tell you here right now, the internet does lie. They look much better in real life. So yeah, let's move on with the swatches and show you every single shade how it looks like underneath the UV light and also without the UV light. So I'm starting off by swatching them, and overall I'm obviously starting with Space Panda and then moving on with the Suva UV Brights. This is actually really bright in terms of its colors. They are having such a huge payoff when it comes to its brightness, really. When it comes to the UV Taffies, they are definitely on the pastel side. They are beautiful. I really love Cuddle Cake. It's still like, it's that kind of a marker shade you always have when you try to learn in school, and it really is amazing. I truly adore that shade out of them all, but overall I don't think it's necessarily like a kind of like losing situation. I think all of the shades, the others, are looking stunning. They definitely look very different in real life when it comes to the UV side, however, not to a point where I feel you need necessarily both of them. So personally what I would say is, if you want both of them just for the UV part, I don't think it's necessarily truly, like, they definitely are different, but not crazily different. I obviously don't mind having both of them because I do a lot of painting and work over Instagram, TikTok, and even so here for testing purposes and stuff like that. So I don't mind that I bought both of them, and they look to some extent similar, not extremely similar, but I really don't feel you need both of them if you want only for the UV part. Obviously, if you want for certain cases like myself where I do paint and I don't necessarily am gonna play with the UV part, then that's definitely understandable, because as you can see, they are definitely different on another level. When you don't put the lighting on top of them, they definitely don't look like one another, because these are pastel, these are brights, and there's a huge difference in between the two of them. They also have one that is like half side with black and white, and literally I was very frustrated when they launched that particular one, because I bought this literally one day before they announced that one. So I was very disappointed, but definitely I do think if you're new into this kind of like water activated world of paintings, maybe just grab one palette of one of them and get the basics, as in like black and white, and experiment with them, because you can definitely combine them. They have loads of kind of like demonstration over their social media, Instagram, suvabeauty, and I think you should definitely check them out. They are really sick, they are really cool, and they can definitely work out combining with one another to create even more shades. So yeah, I mean, this was really fun. I think it's such a way to express yourself and paint on your face. I really do definitely recommend them. I mean, to be completely honest, I already have used them. I knew what's the outcome, that I love them already. And besides that, I have an indent of a quite big hole into the white ones, so it speaks a lot on how I feel about the formula and how they perform. Obviously, don't use them on your waterline. They are water activated, so just don't. Definitely, as a starter, grab yourself a palette and then maybe think about the in-between cut of white and black. But that's pretty much what I have to say for today. I will let you, maybe enjoy the next video from me. I upload every single week, at least a video, if not more. And yeah, maybe subscribe, give me a chance, because I'm trying my best to give you all the deets of what I ever buy, so you won't have to waste your coin on it. But yeah, bye.